Hello, my intelligent ladies and gentlemen. We make thousands of decisions daily, and of course, we want to assure that the result of all of them lead us to successful, rich, happy, pretty life that we created in our mind. But how to actually assure that we are following the path that we did or did not choose subconsciously? We're going to talk about middle term and long term goals, since short term goals can be dependent on so many factors that we need additional video to cover all of them. It depends on your sleeping schedule, on your nutrition, who are you talking to, are you alone or you have a partner, what do you study, do you work, how you manage your stress, and so much more. So we will exclude these short-term decisions from our analysis today and dive into more deeper reasons and factors that help us decide what we are going to do or what we are not going to. Of course, our daily choices lead to our month and year progress. However, it's more important to focus on the long term, on something that you might not do daily, but you do focus your attention on. And that's what makes difference. This what determines if you choose one path or another. Will you succeed or not? I study business, and I know that in order to achieve certain goal, you firstly need to focus what your goal is, and it's essential and crucial step to determine what exactly is something that you want to achieve from this life. But for the simplicity of this video, we will focus on the goal of being happy. Your entire goal of life is to be happy, not to suffer. Choose wisely and do something that really enriches your life. You might not determine any other significant goals, for example, become the top CFO of all the times, build Tesla on your own, or buy Vespa and go to the trip to Italy next year. We will focus mostly on the sense that you want to be happy, that you want to find fulfillment, and that you want to feel joy and desire to live this life. But you would say that, Hannah, happiness for everyone means different things. For someone it's family, for someone it's maybe love only with your partner. For someone it might be career ambitions. For someone it might be just living on a farm and having a couple of goats. So the first step that we need to take in order to understand what makes us happy is to understand our core values. We need to ask ourselves, truly, what are those things that interests us the most? What are those that without them we will feel that we are living someone else's life and we are not reaching our highest potential? Based on the goals that you choose, you can easily then see should you even make this decision and what it will lead you to the path of your happy life with your core values, or it's something completely opposite, so you should just swap away these other alternatives if it doesn't give you the values that you are seeking for in this life. Good news, you don't need to come up with some values in your mind because there are so many alternatives. How we can actually focus on something that the most important for us if of course, everyone wants everything. We want health, we want family, we want to be rich, we want a nice house, we want the latest smartphone, we want the tastiest food, but we need to find some compromises. Luckily for us, you can just Google the list of values. I personally took just the first list of values that I liked, and then I was manually scratching those that are not that much important for me. And in the end of the day, I had something like this. And the top values that I chose for myself was inner harmony, quality relationship, and meaningful work. I chose inner harmony because I had a really stressful period before, especially at work, and that was really something that I needed at that time. I chose quality relationship, not something like family or love, because quality relationship is the place where you can care about someone. You can share your life, you can share your experience, all your saddest and happiest moments, and that's the quality of relationship is what matters to me. And finally, I chose meaningful work, not financial stability. And of course, I'm young. And of course, a keynote here is that your list of values can change through your life, because you may focus on different values at that particular time. Maybe when I will be 30, I would say, fuck this love, I just need money. So I don't need quality relationship, I just want money stability. And that would be fine. But till that point of life, I will prioritize quality relationship in my life, because there is a research that was going on 100 years, and people actually said that the easiest key to your happiness is quality relationship. It can be with your partner, it can be with your friends, but mostly it is with your partner, with your romantic partner, because this person lives with you. This is the person that basically influences most of your daily activities, and your daily activities then influence your mood for the next week, and then for a month, and then for the year, and how you feel in those relationships actually impacts your decision-making processes as well. So just keep in mind that money is good, but people is the thing that you should probably focus on. But of course, you can go a little bit further and you can choose 2 lists of values. The first one will be dedicated specifically for your personal life, and the second list for your work, because work-life balance, something that you value on your work, has nothing to do with your personal life. And of course, if you have that list of values for your work, it will be easier for you to choose the employers you want to work for. And when you have those lists of values in your mind, every decision making becomes easier. Think of values as your navigation. So if freedom, for example, is really important to you, you don't want to work a corporate 9-to-5 job because it simply doesn't fit your value. And of course, you might consider this alternative because it pays well, you have certain benefits, it matches your pension fund, but your value is another value. It's freedom, it's not financial stability. So you can easily cross out that option of working a corporate job. Another key note here is that the values that you personally think you care about are shaped by your experience. For example, firstly, when I started to work, I saw that, of course, for me it's important to learn. It's important for me to be in the environment that always gives me some challenging work. But then I realized in order to know how to do all of those challenging work, in order to know that you're learning something, you need someone who will help you. I need mentorship. I need environment that will help me to grow. Someone who will explain things to me. And I have never thought about it before. I assumed that perhaps I can learn everything on my own because, I'm the smartest in this room, but apparently not. So my value of ability to learn something and challenging work switched to mentorship as the value for me. So it's also okay that you have something on your mind that you think is the most important to you, but then experience might tell you that actually you may live without certain things. However, you do need something else that you have never thought about. Remember that if your values changes through your life, through the different experience that you get, that's okay, because you're a human, you have your history, and all of the decisions that you made before, all the chances that you got in this life, they will shape in your values. So you need to adapt. You need to change the list of values that you have in your head, and then follow the path of life according to the new list. The second tool that I use is absolutely simple, but it gives you the perspective what's going on in your life right now and what will potentially happen. You make a table, and I recommend you write it on the piece of paper where you list what you need to do, so your goal, some action, and then the deadline. Is it crucial to do right now? Do you need to make a choice right now, in the next week? Maybe you have months. So, for example, I want to study something, but I need to enroll. I need to pass my application till the end of April. And okay, then I have deadline till April. It's important because we have so many things in our head, and sometimes we focus only on some points and we forget about others. Sometimes we want to focus on every possible opportunity in our life, and it's simply impossible. For example, I always wanted to learn Italian, and I started learning it like a couple of times. I used Duolingo, I used other apps, I was listening some videos on YouTube, I wrote down the conspect, but then I realized that I don't really have that much time to learn language, especially when I moved abroad, and then I needed to learn Slovene rather than Italian. And I asked myself, should I really learn it right now when I handle working, when I handle studying? I have homework to do, I have my personal life. Do I really have time to learn Italian if now living in Slovenia means that I have to focus on another language? So you really have to understand that you are unstoppable, of course, but you have your own limitations and you should understand them. Don't overestimate your abilities and your energy, because otherwise you will just burn out, okay? And I asked myself, can I learn Italian in some other way? Can I still squeeze it to my schedule? And yes, I answered myself that I can learn it while I'm commuting to my work or studies. That's the choice, okay, yeah, that's completely possible. But it leads to the third advice that I have for you, and that is, think of what you should give up in order to achieve something. So if your decision is to learn Italian, Hannah, what do you need to give up for that? And if I want to learn Italian while I'm commuting, it means that I don't listen to any music, any podcast, I don't read electronic books while I'm on the transport. And I understood that those pieces, those little moments during my day of listening to music or to podcasts or to any other YouTube video with some information that I'm interested in, those moments are my happiness. It's something that keep me enjoy the day, because I have so much stress during other moments. And if I give up this moment of commuting to learn Italian, that of course is also enjoyable for me, but it requires way more effort than just passively listen to something, then I will not even have this joy. And if I don't have any joy in my life, in my one single day between my work and my studies, I will die. I will burn out. I don't want something like that for me. So I decided that perhaps now it's not the best time in my life to focus on learning Italian. But it might be some other day when I graduate, when I have one job, and when I have time in the evening that will be secured specifically for learning the language. And that's okay. I accept that now I have other priorities, I have other focuses, and Italian will just wait for me. fourth idea that will help you to choose between certain options in your life better and easier is understanding your biggest fear in life. For most of the people, it's physical death. We might not realize, but we always postpone our life. And if you're dead, you can't implement your ideas. You can't reach some goals. You don't have any time left till all your dreams come true. And that's really scary because you always thought that you have time, that you're too young and there is a life on the horizon. But what if you die tomorrow? Have you reached the point of your life where you completed everything that you want? I doubt so. But honestly, when I was talking about the biggest fear in my life to the psychologist, I figured out that my biggest fear is to have uninteresting life. When you live the uninteresting life, you always focus on some other people. You always want to be with them. You're dependent. You always gossip because other people's lives is way interesting than yours. And that's probably why I have so many different hobbies. That's probably why I force myself to step into those situations. I force myself to choose new experiences because I understand that my value is dictated by my biggest fear. I want something interesting. I want something to remember. I want mistakes that I might regret later, but who cares? Who cares, honestly? And it leads us to the last advice that I have for you. I wanted to remind you that whatever decision you make, you should always trust the process, you should trust yourself, and you should trust the universe. Because of course, you can analyze all the options and then choose the best that work for you. But in the end of the day, it also might not work out the best way. Think about your partners. You may choose the best romantic partner ever, and you are really happy with that. But at the end of the day, you may break up with him or her, and that's fine. But every romantic partner gives you some advice. It highlights your advantages and disadvantages as well. So, as Erickson said when he was inventing the light bulb, you didn't fail 10,000 times. You found 10,000 ways how something won't work. And that's also the meaning of your life. You have to figure out what works for you and what doesn't work. If something doesn't work out for you, don't freak out.
No, God! No, God, please, no!
It's also a part of the plan. The big plan of finally leading you to the life that you want to have. If you didn't make all of those mistakes, how would you know that you want something else? If I would not try the spicy taco, how would I know that I don't like spicy food? Now I know this, and now I never choose something spicy because I know that it doesn't work out for me. But if I didn't choose that spicy taco at the first place, I will live the entire life always thinking, should I try this spicy meal or not? I will always have this battle in my life. Trust me, it's easier to choose something crazy, something that is out of your comfort zone. Choose once, try, test it, and then see if it's something that you'll really like. I know it's scary, but our life requires us to slightly step from our initial plot, to step outside and to experience something that, of course, you did not plan. But that's what makes you, you. That's what creates your own experience. And that's something that helps you to understand your values more. And understanding your values leads you to more wise decision that you take. That was all for today. I hope that you learn something new. I hope that maybe I even calmed you down, because you always have this mess in your head of how many decisions you have to make. But you can definitely navigate all of this. I believe in you, and see you next time in some other video. Bye for now.